PGOBA was founded last summer, right after the murders of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd. Brenda, who has been involved in the arts in Peoria for a long time and has actually worked with a lot of the black creatives in the community, has always wanted a space where black creatives could make and collaborate and teach. And we really wanted to strike while the iron was hot. All of us were hurt and angry. This has been happening for a long time. These injustices have been happening for a long time. We were aware of that, so it was just another day of anger and sadness. But we saw that lots of people were starting to listen to people of color. Lots of folks were taking the time to read anti-racist literature and to learn. I think because everyone was home, everyone was shut in, they saw what we see every day. And so we were like, now's the time to make our voices heard because people are trying to listen. And so Brenda, who has this amazing space that I'm in right now, opened up her home, and we worked together to invite a bunch of the creatives we know and reaching out to a lot of different artists, predominantly early career artists, just because we have some really awesome black icons in town, but they're like really well established. And so we wanted a space for like artists that are earlier on in their career so that we could sort of grow and explore together. Um, Reached out and started meeting. The first meeting was just like a chance to talk about what we do and share our anger and frustrations with the art world and with the world at large, and talk about artwork and just hang out and laugh. And it really blew up after that. We shared a photo of us all on the porch just saying, something's coming, Peoria, get ready. And because of that photo, someone reached out to us about writing an article, and then other people reached out to us about collaborations, and we made a website, and now we're applying for nonprofit status, and it just kept going and going. And now we're almost a year in now, and I'm so happy it happened.
Since junior high, I have low key been planning out a community art space on graph paper in the lunchroom before I even took a single art class of any sort. As I've grown, I've seen so many of my creative friends leave and young artists move to greener fields or bigger cities. Part of my goal with PGOBA is to help create a community and a city that helps support its young and early career artists so that these artists can not only stay here but also see art as a viable career choice. I want to also help change the demographic of our local art scene a little. Um, Lots of art events, but they tend to be mostly attended by a predominantly white crowd. And Peoria is really diverse. And a number of us noted that the only time more than one or sometimes two of us were asked or chosen to show with our peers, it was specifically for Black History shows or for the theme of being people of color. I want us to feel like we are able to branch out of our identity of just being black or a person of color and embrace our fuller identities. I know if I'm showing in a typically whiter space, I feel like it's more necessary to focus on portraiture and representation. When being black doesn't set me apart, I honestly feel more open to explore other interests such as plants and birds and landscapes and different abstractions. I'm really excited to see how we grow and move forward as individuals and as a group.
Me and Alexander were doing a group show with our other friend Cam. I think it was 2019, and I was painting a larger piece in the window of a storefront on Main Street across from the old Heralds. And there was a gathering spot for local people. It's a big hodgepodge mix of people that are in that area because it's right next to the liquor store and a bar and a record store. So people come and go that area pretty often. But I was painting at night with a projector, and so people were parked and having a good time. It was like the beginning of summer, so it was getting pretty hot. And people would come and take pictures and just watch me work, and they were really interested. And this crowd wasn't really who you would see at the First Fridays there at the Sunbeam building. So we talked with them, let them know like they were invited to come to the opening, which was First Friday. And they said that they would come. And most of these people were like African American men, black women going past and seeing it. And we really enjoyed talking with them. The day of the show came up, and we didn't see them. We just saw a lot of different people. So a lot of people we knew, a lot of people we didn't know that just heard about it. And a couple weeks later, I went over the Heralds again, and a guy recognized me, and he said, "Oh, I saw your show. I didn't come in. I didn't feel like I was supposed to be there." And I said, "You were invited by the artist that was putting it on. Like, you were invited." Just like, well, so many people there, and I didn't know if I was invited. And that struck me as how so many years you go and you feel that you're not welcome just because some other people are there and you're the minority. You feel like you can't come or you weren't invited. And that stuck out to me because I never have felt that way when I go into places. And I know I am the minority when I go into art spaces. And I didn't want people, especially black people, to feel like they can't come and take part in viewing art or making art and doing art. And that's what PGOBA means to me.